So if you didn't know, Satsuki, who's the person who, they made like a really, it's kind of underground, this like Miku and Teto duet song. Like, I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Mesmerizer. It's pretty underground. Like, I don't think anyone really hears about it. But they made another song, and I'm going to analyze it because I am mentally ill. By the time this goes up, I'm sure someone will already have done something like this. Because it's like, oh my gosh, Miku and Teto from the... I'm not going to be the first person who does this, but, if you want to hear my opinion, this is it. Also, this has no script, I'm so sorry. Okay, first off, from a musical standpoint, this is incredibly similar to Mesmerizer. I'm not amazing at music theory, but after looking into it, I'm sure these are in the same key and use similar chords. Like, just listen. They're both in the key of D-flat major until any key changes and have very similar bass notes. Here's a visualization if you want it. I should also point out that the structure of the songs are very similar, like in the way that they order the choruses and the verses and, all that. As well as like the line distribution between Teto and Miku, it's very similar. In the final chorus of Mesmerizer, the key modulates upwards by a half step from D-flat major to D major, just normal, D, natural. I forgot the word for natural. This is a pretty common method of modulation. It makes the chorus sound more final as well as more exciting or happy. Obsolete Meat does the same. Another similarity between the two songs, modulating up from D-flat into D natural major. I don't know what else to say. I thought it was downwards at first for some reason. I don't know what that was about. Now that I've talked about the musical aspect for like 3 full minutes, I think we can actually like take a look at the lyrics now. I don't speak like an ounce of Japanese, so I'm just gonna go off of the English subtitles on the original video. So if I mess up, it's the person who translated it's fault, not mine. The video starts out with a picture of Miku and Teto saying "itadakimasu," which is, it's like saying thank you for the meal by saying like, I'll enjoy this, you know. You know what I mean. I might just be illiterate, but I read these lyrics and I'm like, I struggled. So sorry if this is like incredibly wrong. I believe that the food in this song is representative of music and songs And by consuming the food, they're consuming the media, consuming the music. It says things like, if you pay attention to the appearance, then the taste won't matter. It references rating food. It references not understanding what etiquette and table manners are, which, as much as that could be a metaphor, it's so real. It references like review sites leaving poor reviews and rumors. There's lyrics like, every once in a while, new food comes along, and no matter how much you eat it, you'll never catch up. It says you just have to eat one bite and you're all good to go. That no matter how much thought you put into it, it's just as good as the trash from the other side. It references someone having to serve the same tastes again and again, and as long as the person eating it is satisfied, then their feelings don't matter. And when you read the lyrics on your own, it makes sense, but like, I don't know how to explain this to people. So, but like, look at these. Like, just read the lyrics for yourself. I can't explain things. I'm so sorry. And then the following lyrics, which I'm just going to read from the translation. Now we're stuck here. No more choices. Enjoy your cold leftovers. Following in the footsteps of your own success. Maybe being too greedy could be counterproductive, right? Don't worry about the reputation. Let's do whatever we want. If we only eat imitations, you'll get tired of the same taste. Soon this place will be gone too. After you've devoured to your heart's content, clasp your hands together and thank you for the meal. Like, wow, that sounds familiar. I wonder where I've heard that. Oh my god, I'm back in the building again. So if this wasn't made obvious enough, this is about Mesmerizer. That's why I was comparing it to Mesmerizer in the first place. This is about Mesmerizer. Because, like, imagine you just make a song for silly fun and all of a sudden it has 98 million views. Literally, how did that even happen? I watched it the first time, like the day it came out. I was like, wow, that's silly and funny and bright. And I feel like my brain's gonna explode. And then I look back the next day and it's like 1 million views already. Before Mesmerizer, Satsuki's most popular work was like at 1 million views. It was Circus Panic, which is a great song and everyone should listen to Circus Panic. Please listen to Circus Panic. But it was probably helped to make popular because it was in Project Sekai. Like, if you look at Satsuki's other songs, none of them are as popular, nearly as popular as Mesmerizer, which, yeah, that's a hard thing to reach. But at the same time, I think that's what this song is about. 'Cause, like, if your song blows up, you have to reach that standard. You have to feel like you have to reach that standard or no one's gonna pay attention to your work or care for it. Mesmerizer's success was completely unpredictable, especially given that Satsuki didn't have a huge amount of attention on them before any of this. Like, Mesmerizer, at the state it's going, and it's going to keep going probably, is set to become the 6th Vocaloid song to reach 100 million views on YouTube, which will also make it the first song with Kasane Teto, any of her voice banks, to reach 1 million views on YouTube, as far as I'm aware. Like, this is up there with the Love Me, Love Me, Love Me by Kikuo, Kyofu All Back by Yukopi, Echo by Crusher P, Young Girl A by Sinamota, and Goodbye Declaration by Chinozo. Those are popular songs. I do think a huge thing that helped it become so popular is the fact that Channel animated it, which is expected because Channel's animations get very popular, like that one Miku animation or that other Miku animation, or that other Miku animation, or that other Miku animation. My point is, if you have a popular artist making work for your Vocaloid song, it might blow up. That's all I'm saying. And it's like, I do hope that Channel makes more animations for original Vocaloid songs soon, or at any point, ever, because they're really good. But at the same time, Channel's most popular thing has 43 million views, which is a lot, but that's not 98 million views. I feel like a lot of the imagery is also symbolizing it. Like Neru appears, which is a completely fandom thing. The fandom brought Neru into Mesmerizer. Mesmerizer was never had Neru to begin with. And obviously, yeah, it's Miku and Teto. Why not add Neru? It's the Triple Baka Squad. We love the Triple Baka Squad. But, like, that was a completely fandom thing. And in the AMV, Neru is the one who's giving the chef Miku and Teto the food, I think. Neru could also be making them make the food, given they're chefs, but they also are eating the food in the AMV, so I don't know. And is the one pulling the light when they literally pass out and is constantly there. And like Miku and Teto look terrified while she looks so joyous. She's like, yes, eat the food. That could be representing how people want more Mesmerizer. And like, I get it. everyone wants more of something they like. But at the same time, Mesmerizer is not the only song that Satsuki's made. It is not the only song that Satsuki's gonna make. And Mesmerizer isn't the only thing that Channel Cast Station has made, and isn't the only thing that they're gonna make. And yes, Channel has made more things for Mesmerizer. The drawings are very cute. I like them. But obviously, Satsuki and Channel aren't going to be making Mesmerizer for the rest of their lives. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of pressure on Satsuki to, fulfill the Mesmerizer legacy and to make something as good and as popular as Mesmerizer, and that shouldn't have to be an issue. Most people make music because they like to, and shouldn't have to worry about how well it will do. Just make music for fun, you know? So Satsuki feeling pressured to have to live up to what they've made is probably not the most amazing and wonderful experience. And I feel like that's a perfectly valid thing to think. Yeah, I would also want to just make stuff I like instead of having to repeat making the same thing over and over. That's what the song is supposed to show. And I'm not saying that Mesmerizer is a bad thing, and I don't think Satsuki has anything against fans of Mesmerizer who are excited to make stuff about it. I don't see why he would be. He's not showing any, hostility. He's just showing that he doesn't want to make only Mesmerizer stuff forever. Like, when the main reason someone hates your song is just because of how popular it is, you know you've won. Because if the only thing they can come up to hate about it is that it's popular, then you've won. You just would. I think the point that Satsuki is trying to get at is that he wants to be able to move on and make other songs unrelated to Mesmerizer without it being compared to Mesmerizer, and without having to try and reach the milestone that Mesmerizer is. And it might seem stupid to think that, anyone would compare everything to Mesmerizer, but this is the internet. People do not care. That's basically what I think this song is about. And I've seen, people in the comments, say similar things. When you look at it, it's pretty obvious. And obviously this is gonna get popular too. It's similar to Mesmerizer. As I'm recording this, it's nearing 1 million views. When I started, it was at 500K, but now it's at 900K, so it's almost there already. But I do hope that the message gets across. Show support to Satsuki and his other works. Show support to Kazuki Sakura, who made the art and animation, which is adorable, by the way. Their art is so cute. Please look at it. In conclusion, musical artists, alongside any artists, are real people. Do not let them become obsolete if they make something different from usual. Haha, you see what I need to stop talking. Also, Mesmerizer Yuri is real. Thank you for watching.